If you believe that Kandi Keep a Check Burrus-Tucker walked away from Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16, I have a bridge to sell you. Cash only.
Y'all already know what time it is. I got the black V-neck on.
What's going on, you all? We got to talk about a Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16. It seems as though Bravo is finally making moves. We just got news earlier this week that Kandi Burruss will not be on the new season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. The story that they're putting out, and I say putting out because I have thoughts on it, the story that they're putting out is that Kandi decided to walk away. She's saying that, hey, I've done my thing, I've done my part, let's move on to new things. And it's just not making sense for several reasons. Now, I do think that Kandi should have a beautiful exit. She has offered a lot of things to Real Housewives of Atlanta, a lot of memorable moments, her family, her team. Say what y'all want to say about Don Juan and, everybody else, but they have added like drama and stuff we needed for the seasons. I mean, Kandi's show with her family have been very successful and very entertaining. Everybody can't do what Kandi Burruss-Tucker has done. Love that. But I will say the last couple of seasons, Kandi has been boring us down. Love you, sister. Beautiful. Love Kandi Yams. All of it. But Kandi's just been boring all of us. And it's not her fault. Kandi is not the star of the show. She is the glue and things that help keeps the show running. But she can't stand by herself. And honestly, considering how, Real Housewives of Atlanta has been moving lately, it's going to take a lot of restructuring to figure out what is going to make us watch this show again, because it's been on so long. And the mood right now is that a lot of people are not interested in this version of reality shows. We're seeing this across the board, even with Love and Hip Hop, all of the franchises and stuff. The ratings are so low for some of these shows, they have to put cast together from Atlanta to New York just to give us a good season for us to be interested in. So the network can save money. You have full-time housewives now doing part-time gigs and stuff on other shows and going on other shows that are really low budget. It's no shade. They got to pay the bills. Like, they have to keep up with their lifestyle. I understand it. Now, let's talk about it because, they're trying to make it seem as though Kandi walked away and she just said, hey, I've done enough. Like, I'm just, I'm moving on with my life, If that was truly the case, Kandi would have took advantage of that for season 15. It would have been already ready, like, hey, this is Kandi's last season. Let's go out with a bang. The fact that she just made the decision recently gives that Kandi wasn't able to think about it, which tells me that Kandi's check probably got cut. It probably got slashed a little bit. And Bravo probably deliberately done that so they can get Kandi to say, okay, girl, I'm not taking this. That's what it's giving. We just saw Kandi not too long ago make comments and saying that, Bravo needs to figure it out. We got jobs. We got to figure it out, like what we gonna be doing, if we filming or not. It seems as though she was ready to film, like, let me know, It doesn't seem as though Kandi was saying, I'm not interested. It was giving that Kandi wants to be on the next season. Now, I know folks, want to say Kandi is a billionaire and all that other stuff, and she's the most paid housewife, Kandi is definitely successful, very successful. She has a lot of businesses are thriving and doing its thing. But one of the things that's always been a plus for Kandi has been her access to be able to promote her businesses without spending her own direct cash on advertising. When have you seen Kandi have a commercial for any of these things? We don't even see local commercials on the news stations in Atlanta or anything for Kandi's restaurants and stuff, because Bravo is that. Like, Kandi has Bravo, she has Real Housewives of Atlanta. She can use that platform to make people interested in coming to her restaurant. She's been doing it for a minute, and that has been one of the pros of being on the show. But the con is when you don't have access to the show anymore, what's going to happen? Because now you have relied on the show to promote your businesses. So now that you don't have this access anymore, what happens? And I'm pretty sure Kandi knows that. I'm pretty sure Kandi is thinking about how she can maintain these businesses and stuff without being on this show anymore. I'm gonna be completely honest, and this is just no shade. These restaurants, Olay the Gang and there's a steak restaurant, the reviews are not all that stellar. They're not that good. And there's a million of those restaurants already in Atlanta that are cheaper and sometimes better food and better service. And there's no shade to Kandi. I just think that Kandi needs to be spending more time and more energy and more money on properly training her staff. That way she don't have to deal with failing a health inspection because I've talked about that already. If you do not train your staff, if you do not pay your staff good wages, you're gonna deal with issues like folks not washing their hands or folks not storing food at the right temperature. And you cannot do that at a steak and seafood restaurant. So I'm pretty sure that Kandi did not want to let go of this, steady check and steady advertisement. But what's going on is Kandi is the highest paid right now. She's the highest paid. And with Kandi no longer being there, that means they have more money in their budget to allocate to other women, other housewives on the show. And we hear Andy Cohen say with Kandi leaving now, it kind of helps us fix the puzzle. And that's basically, the puzzle is the budget. Now with Kandi not being on there, they have a bigger budget to allot for other housewives. Now there's a rumor that, Porsha might be coming. Now from what Porsha is posting on Instagram, like I said, it don't seem as though Porsha has signed the contract, and she ain't said yes yet. She ain't signed it, ain't finished. Which is why Porsha's posting these subliminal messages like, girl, I got a lot to say, but I'ma hold my tongue, because they haven't given Porsha probably what she wants. She probably wants a certain number, and Bravo hasn't met her with that number yet. But since Kandi is no longer going to be there, that gives them more funds to probably allocate towards Porsha. And it's on Porsha to say, hey, this number works for me. Now, can Porsha save the show? Can she bring some fresh stuff to the show? I don't know. I do not know. It's gonna be interesting to see. I think Porsha is very entertaining. I don't know that there's an appetite for Porsha that's that big to sustain the show. I think Porsha is entertaining and she's funny, and she's given a fun cast and some young fresh faces, maybe it can work. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I feel like a couple of folks that I follow, I ain't gonna say no names, but people who I follow, the way they've been moving on Instagram, it seems as though they might be filming. It seems as though they might be working or doing something. And some of these folks are close to Porsha. It would make sense. For those who know, you know. Now, I ain't got no inside sources. Me and Porsha do not talk like that. She does follow me on Instagram. I love Porsha. Y'all know I love Porsha on the show. But I don't talk to any of these folks. I don't. This is just all speculation. Some girls like my boy House of Aaron, he has direct connections. Like, he big time, and I'm just a little fish in a big pond over somewhere in Decatur looking for Nene Leakes, the old Nene Leakes, because that's who we need back. People are trying to say that Nene Leakes probably is going to come back, or she probably will be a part of this season or whatever. I don't see it. And I don't see it because Nene Leakes has burnt a bridge too far to cross for Bravo. I don't see her returning. I just don't see Nene Leakes coming. I just don't. I think Nene Leakes should. I think it should be a, soft something, but I don't think that Bravo is going to take that opportunity to reach out and do anything with Nene Leakes, given, her lawsuit and how she was talking about them. I only think they're going to say nice things about her when they need to save face, like they're doing with Kandi's exit, but they do not, want her to come back. And I don't think Nene Leakes will save the show. I don't think that Nene Leakes is needed anymore, to be honest, because the Nene Leakes that, we want, Nene Leakes hasn't given us the last couple of seasons. And it's just, before her exit, it just was not giving. Maybe, she'll continue to host some baddies reunions or whatever. Maybe that's her new thing. Maybe she'll, do that. But I just don't want to see her on Real Housewives of Atlanta until she's able to give us the Nene Leakes that we grew to love. Folks are saying Phaedra might be coming back. I'm not interested in Phaedra. I was at one point. Given the things that happened with Kandi and how Phaedra acted during that moment and that whole situation, I don't think it's a good idea to bring Phaedra. Phaedra is funny. She's good TV. I've been enjoying her on Married to Medicine, which I reviewed the episodes on Patreon, period. But Phaedra's not open. She's not being honest about what's going on. She's very private, and she should have took this opportunity on Married to Medicine to open up, and she's just not doing it. Maybe because the check ain't that big. Maybe she need a bigger check to open up herself. Yeah, I'm just not interested in this version of Phaedra. I think that's a done deal. Like, scrap it. I believe in Porsha. I believe in some of Porsha's friends being on the show. I think seeing them on Instagram and how they've been, having fun, and seeing them on the trips, and even during Beyonce's concert, it gives fresh face, young, youthful energy. Not just because they're younger, but how they're moving, how these women are moving around in Atlanta right now. I think we need to be doing more of that because we are bored. Give some young folks, give some new faces, bring some of these new faces, these new ladies who have probably moved to Atlanta, who are married, who give Housewives aesthetic when you go through their social media, who are able to bring freshness to this show. We need new girls, and some of these girls like who are cool to Porsha, even if they don't get the full peach, I would like to see them friends of the show because looking at how they are online, it does get fun. It does get fun, and I think people would enjoy this. I just don't want to see Bravo mess this up because, girl, y'all got one shot. Y'all got one shot, like, to get this together because, girl, we all know the numbers is dipping. I know producers and stuff probably watching. The numbers is dipping. People are tired. We want some freshness. Like, we are honestly getting bored with reality TV. So y'all gonna have to bring something that is good and fresh. Because we know y'all budget ain't that big. So start how y'all done it from the first season. Find some fresh folks who are hungry in a non-thirsty way to give us entertaining vibes. Give us that, and I think y'all will be successful. I did appreciate Andy giving Kandi her flowers and talking about what Kandi offered to the show and all that. I think that was really cute, and you know, it was needed because Kandi, like I said, is that girl. She is that girl, but just, you know, Kandi, it's like the time has just run out, and I don't think that's a bad thing. It's not a dig at Kandi. I just think that Kandi is married. She has her children. She has her business and stuff. Give us some folks who don't have that. Like, it is time to start over. Give us some folks who have some new babies. Give us some folks who are starting some new businesses, who are just getting into it, who don't have the same budget but are hungry to make things work. When I say hungry, I'm talking about hungry to make their stuff work, not hungry to be on TV. That's not what we want. We don't want nobody that's hungry to be on TV and too thirsty because they're gonna do stuff that the other girls have done who did not last. But what does this mean for someone like Sheree, someone like a Marlo, for, you know, all of the women? I don't know, girl. I ain't even thinking about them right now. Sheree, I'm not sure. Maybe friend of the show. Marlo, I'm not sure. Like, it's gonna be hard for some of the girls. It's no shade. We about to see some stuff change. I'm gonna be completely honest. This is me being serious, and my voice didn't went down. Some of these women who've been on these shows for so long and stuff are about to get desperate. They are about to get desperate. We're already seeing it now. We're seeing them go on these low budget shows and stuff just to be on TV and to get a check. And they have, it's so desperate that the ambulance is literally following behind them because, girl, they are pressing the life alert button at this point with their careers. It's getting bad. And, you know, I think that they have gotten too comfortable with this consistent check that they think that this is a full-time job and this is the only thing they need to be doing. Like, it's, no, girl, this is an opportunity and it's not guaranteed every season. And I think that some of y'all have, you know, the well has ran dry. So I'm just looking for fresh faces and stuff. And I'm hoping that we get that. And, you know, this is just my thoughts on all the things. Like I said, I don't even think about the other ladies, to be honest. And it's no shade towards them. I just don't know if I see Marlo, Sheree, Drew, maybe Drew returns. Our girl Sonya, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. Like, it's gonna be interesting seeing this. And I know this hurts Sonya, and it's no shade to Sonya. I hate this for Sonya because Sonya just had a baby. And she needs to work. She needs the coin. It's no shade to her. Like, I want mama to work, so I would bring Sonya back just because, like, hey, girl, this woman just had a baby. Like, bring her back. Now, the other girls, Sheree, Marlo, no, I don't know. Even Drew, I don't know. Maybe Drew, but I don't. But these are just my feelings at this point. Like, this is not me looking at the production eye. This is me looking with feelings. But I think Sonya is definitely deserving of another opportunity. But we will see. Y'all got a bigger budget now that Kandi ain't there. Miss Kandi, Burrus-Tucker, period. But that's all I got. Tell me what y'all think, what y'all excited about, what y'all want to see for the new season of Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16. Let me know in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.